police have just swarmed that 43 for some reason. Armed police. Today I'm going to do a day in the life bus driving, and I don't know, it's going to be a little bit different from the usual ones I do. First, I've got to get to the depot, sign on for my duty. I don't start till 10:45, so I'll get in there, park up, have a coffee and see what the dance is and what I've got to do today. I think I'm on the 80s early in the morning, and then I'm on the 143s later in the afternoon. Got a bigger back half of my shift than the front half of my shift, so I'm doing most of the driving on the back half, but I'm out of the depot all day. I'm taking my break at Southern Cemetery, so whatever bus I take from here this morning will be the bus I'm in all day, providing it doesn't break down on me. It's been sat in that car procrastinating for too long about walking flipping 200 feet to the depot door when I've already been out and run massive 9 miles in this flipping weather today. Let's get in here now. Board 383. Board 383 all day. Right, there it is. Board 383. Let's have a little look where that lands me today. Board 383 is WDS 297, Bay 12. Check the diversion board. It's always worth checking this bad boy. Right, no diversions today. I've still got about 20 minutes before I start, so I'm going to grab a coffee. Bang on WDS 297, Bay 12. All the way down there. Let's go and get it. Oh, there it is. That's a stroke of luck. I've got nothing blocking me in, and it's the lone bus. I think I've got one behind it. Yeah. Let's get on this and get it started. Let's get this show on the road. See now, before you even start this, you have to set the steering wheel, because once you start it, you can't set the steering wheel, you have to turn it off. Right, let's get the first user checks done on this bus, then let's get out of here. Everything seems sweet. Let's move. Look at the conditions out here, man. This is ruthless. So much rain in Manchester, it's unreal. Pull into this lane. I have no idea how busy this is going to be today, or what the state of affairs are in Manchester regarding any events or protests or anything that are going on. Usually you have the pro-Palestine march protest of a Saturday. I'm not sure what the dance is with any of it, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to get caught up in it, but I know for now The only thing that seems to be a little bit miserable about the day is the weather. Right, at Charlton bus station, where we start the 86. There is never really many people to pick up at Charlton bus station. It's notoriously a quiet stop. But now we do the 86. Well, let's start making moves on that. Come out of here, straight ahead, all the way down. There's literally like no interaction with passengers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bothered about that, but it's so like, I don't think human beings were designed to be around so many people with so little disconnect, because obviously you're just a service where people just get on, boom, tap on and go. It's made that way to be seamless and quick and effective and efficient, so people can just get on and get off, so the service can keep going, because some of these services are so busy, the people, there's just so many people, you can't have a chat with everyone anyway. But it is pretty mad how there's just so little disconnect. These roads here are a little bit tight, like people park here pretty tight here. The bus gets through, but it's tight. Pulling into Piccadilly, I'm probably going to get on the stand a minute late, but it's been a bit of a quiet trip, to be fair. There's a lot of police around. When you're coming through Piccadilly bus station, you just got to watch buses pulling off. It's so mad, right? I think this job is the easiest job I've ever had, but don't get me wrong, the job can weigh heavy. Like, the responsibilities on it when you're carrying so many people, and more or less the blame will always fall on you because you're quote-unquote professional driver, so you should be aware of kind of everything really. But the buses that pull out on you from the stand and the people that are crossing in Piccadilly bus station, it's absolutely nuts. Because nobody really looks where they're going at all. There we go. See how I was due on the stand at 11:47, it is 11:49 and I'm due out at 11:52. So I'm going to have to just put, well, it's 11:49 in a second, so I'm going to have to just put my numbers straight back up and do the 85. You've got to remember when you're doing these trips and you're going one number in, one number out, that you are going one number in, one number out. It's so easy to just go into autopilot and just go to the opposite, just do what you've been doing. So I'm doing the 85, just double check that. Back to Charlton, yeah, so I'm just going to get my numbers up right now, get these on. Let's get out of here. We managed to leave the stand on time, which is always a bonus. It's leaving the stand on time, it's half the battle won, because you've done the best possible, you give yourself the best possible chance to get out there and get the service done on time. But like right now, it's people just not looking where they're going when they're coming across this road. Right. You have to have eyes in the back of your head coming out of Piccadilly. I honestly feel much better once I'm out of Piccadilly and I'm not in the place anymore. There's a cyclist on my shoulder here, but there's a fucking Royal Mail van there, parked up on double yellows, and that car's got his nose too far out. I'm telling you, most of these cyclists as well, the delivery drivers, riders, they're not even on cycles anymore, they're not even on bikes, they're on like motorised things where they're not even pedalling. It's like a motorbike disguised as a flipping bike. So they're deceiving how fast they can come up on the side of your bus. And 9 times out of 10 they're on the phone looking what deliveries they've got. Anyway, so do it right here. There we go. Now 85 is the second stop and there's nobody there. All our services from Sharston leaving Piccadilly come out exactly the same way, which is this way. You come straight out of Piccadilly, you go down Portland Street, you do a left onto Princess Street. Oh, there's some mix up there. People going through red lights with a red light camera on. No idea. There's only 2 timing points on the 85. On the 86, there's 3 timing points. I don't even know how you managed to... We've included Loretto College as a timing point, but Brooks Bar's a timing point, which is literally 2 bus stops before Loretto College. I don't even know why Loretto College has been included as the timing point. Or just, I don't know. They should just take Brooks Bar away and just have Loretto College, or take Loretto College off it. Because 3 timing points for such a short trip is just madness. Anyway, we just do what we do. Anyway, come out of here. See, most of these bus stops here, right, they just confuse the living. You've got like 20 services stopping at them, and I'm looking at people's body language and everything to see if they want the bus, because most people won't call for it. But as much as I'd want to stop at every single bus stop without people calling for the bus, I can't stop at every single bus stop unless I know someone's there for me. Someone puts their hand down. Sometimes you can tell with body language, but so the 85s, as soon as you get onto Oxford Street, after you come off Whitworth Street, we serve the first bus stop at every single one until we turn at the Royal Northern College of Music. Even then there was about 20 people at that bus stop then, and only 1 person got on who actually called for it, to be fair. But you got to watch, because buses are pulling in front of you, buses are pulling side of you when you're pulling into these bus stops, because the 85 stops here, the 142 stops with you, the 143 and the 43 stops in front of you. So buses are constantly moving in and out and weaving around you to try and get to their stop, and then they're pulling out. You kind of get used to it a little bit. You have to though, don't you? It's not hard. It's just like your mental reaction sort of thing, like just the busyness of driving and where your eyeballs are in your mirrors all the time. Anyway, come up here. There's nobody at this bus stop. And I can tell the 142 is either in or he's out. Yeah, I'm stopping or you're not, pal. Make your mind up. Well, he's letting me go. He was weighing up what was on the cards for him, looking at the bus stop thinking, are any of these for me? Are any of these people for me? Right, anyway, we'll come up here through these lights. There's a lot of lights on Oxford Road. 9:05, we've got 1 person at this bus stop, but do you want this bus? No. You can really tell when people don't want the bus, because they don't even look at you or the bus. They just completely look past you, behind you, in a total different direction while you're approaching. Anyway, we do a right here, Royal Northern College of Music, where we get our first timing point, and it'll be on time for it, which is good. Always a bonus, that. Right, we can leave that timing point on time. Now, 85 and the 86, very similar routes. Very similar, but not the same. So, cars just parked up with their hazards on. In the middle of the road, man. Savage. Because then we do a left. The 86 does a right. At the end of this road, we do a left. Nope. Nope. Right. So we do a left here. Past this old pub. This old busted up pub. Never seems to be open. We go down Boundary Lane. Bell's gone for the next stop. Keep your eyes peeled there. This is Trinity High School bus stop. This is where you can lose a lot of time here on the 85 during busy times, where you go to Cholton Post Office here, right near the centre. You're not far away from the end either, but the traffic can build up massively. And then, ooh, you're not gonna let me out, are you, Bev? Oh, why have you stopped there? You're not even indicating. Right, so, yeah, you can lose some time here. These lights here, we do a left, then we go down Ballamore Road and Cholton bus station is on the right. The next stop now, actually, this sometimes you can stop here at Cholton Post Office, then as you come through here on the left you can stop again and people get off straight away again, and then after that the last stop is the next stop is the last stop. But we should be okay for time getting back there. Swung around here. No one's rang the bell. It's very rare people get on here to go to Cholton bus station, although I have had it, but very rare. And now we're on the last final straight back to the bus station before we turn round again and go and do the 86 route. Jesus, so that's one full trip in and out of town done. I've got to do one more and then I can have my dinner, which I won't say I can't wait for, but I'm looking forward to after that run this morning. I've had no breakfast. Let's drop everyone off here. This is the last stop in the trip. Good day. Take the numbers off. Oh yes. Got 10 minutes before I've got to set back off, so that's naturally alright. I should have got to Cholton bus station at 12:21 and it's 12:19 and we set off at 12:29. So, you know, it's funny, I've seen people overshot the turning into this bus station and have to reverse. You gotta kind of get it right. He's letting me go. Good lad. It's good going, good going, good going. And we'll pull up behind this bus and wait it out. There we go. Turn that bus off for a minute because there's nobody on here, and all that'll happen is it'll just beep, 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 beep like mad while I'm got this door open. When this door opens, it beeps like mad. Chill out here. 9 minutes before I've got to set back off. Okay, let's start this bad boy up and get on the stand and do the 86. I'm doing the 86 and there's an 86 right in front of me. That doesn't even make sense unless he's really, really late, because I am bang on time and I am definitely doing the 86. This is mad. We've just crossed over the traffic lights and the bus is obviously holding up the traffic because he's loading up an absolute way busy bus stop, and I am the 86 behind him. This is going to be like a really just nothing trip for me if this is going to be the story of the trip, because the cars can't take over him because there's oncoming traffic that way. There's so many people at that bus stop. It's got to have been late. It's a Saturday. Must be late. Probably pick up no people because he picks them all up, and I'll probably still be late. The best thing I can do is overtake this bus, because it is literally making me late and I'm not even picking anyone up. I've got to be at the timing point in 3 minutes. This is crazy. I've not picked anyone up and I've got to be at the timing point in 3 minutes. But because of the nature of these roads in Charlton, I'm stuck behind this bus because no one can overtake it. Right, we're blowing past it. Time to do some damage on this route now. Some damage control anyway. I'm 3 minutes late to this timing point, which is not much of a big deal. So it's 4 minutes late at that timing point. And I'm now on the move again. Right. Coming around Loretto College now, I'm 5 minutes late. That is the last timing point before we get to the Royal Northern College of Music timing point. So we've got to stop at this stop here because the bell's already gone. We do a left here now onto Old Burley Street. Right, here we go. It is mad how busy it is in town at the minute. I'm not even in town yet. It's mad how busy them bus stops was then. All the way leading up to this next one here. These ones aren't usually that busy, but I've not seen nothing of that bus that was holding me up at the beginning. I overtook him, he had a load of passengers to pick up at one stop. We were passing each other, just helping each other out. I'm only guessing he must have been late, but I've cleared the way since then and picked up a load more people. I should have been at the Royal Northern College of Music 2 minutes ago, and I'm about 3 or 4 minutes away from it. I've got a feeling I'm just going to be late into town, and then I've got my layover time is literally nothing. I'm just going to have, that's just going to get sucked up massively, and as soon as I get into town it'll be time to leave again, which will be my last trip, and then I'm having my break at Southern Cemetery. So, sort of like, as you come round here now, I meet up with the 85, that I think is that there, and then we come onto Oxford Road. The road's pretty clear. It's kind of like, there's a lot of support there with other buses that's going the same way. So that might be a little bit better. I should be getting into Piccadilly in 1 minute. No way I'll be getting in Piccadilly in 1 minute, but I've only got 5 minute layover time in Piccadilly, which is ridiculous. How are you supposed to offload your passengers, go toilet if you need a toilet, and reload your passengers in 5 minutes? You just can't do it to leave on time. I mean, and it's my last trip out before my break, which means this is what most drivers come up with. This is the conundrum they're faced with. So you can go toilet, you can leave late, 5 minutes late, whatever, and then you're affected, the service is affected. You might be 10 minutes late, 15 possibly when you get to the final destination if you leave 5 minutes late sometimes. And then that comes off your break time, because as long as you have a minimum of half an hour break, you're good to go to get back on your break. So I've got an hour in Southern Cemetery, roughly, around about 45, 50 minutes. So I'd just be taken away from my own break if I was to get off now and walk around and stretch my legs and all that sort of stuff to leave late. Luckily I don't need the toilet, but 5 minutes is a bit of a joke, especially when you're already 5 minutes late, which I might even be more than 5 minutes late. I've got to depart the service next at 13:04. It's 1 o'clock. But that was a little bit of a crazy first half with that 86 going into town, but I'm glad it's done. Now I can have something to eat. Break time at Southern Cemetery now, and then it's attack the 143s. I'd like to tell you how that'd pan out and whether that'd be busy or whether it won't be, but anybody's guess in this business. It's anybody's guess. I didn't expect it to be busy then going in on that second trip in with the 86, but it was absolutely madness getting to town like a minute after I should have actually left, and then leaving late. And then it doesn't put pressure on you on your last trip to make it back out on time, but you want to make it back out on time, especially if you don't get the time to go toilet or anything like that, even though you should make time to do these things. It's a weird one because sometimes you feel like you don't have time. Anyway, let's go and see if I can unlock this flipping door. Alright, let's see what I've got for my scran. Oh mate, I've already been up this morning and did a 15-kilometre run. Yeah, 15 kilometres I ran this morning, Eric. What for? Training. What do you mean what for? Training. For what? For life. There we go. Now we're doing the 143, 3 trips. Oh, 3 trips on the 143 can sometimes, that's like, if you've got 3 trips on anything, that means sort of a big half of your duty, you're looking at over 4 hours. First I've got to go dead from here to Central Road. It's only 5 minutes away really. There's been an RTC on Barlamore Road, I believe, so it's going to impact all the other roads. But there's plenty to get through today. It's 2:30 now, and I've got I'm finishing at 20 to 7 on the actual driving side of things. So that's over 4 hours. The floor is like a flipping mirror again though. It's like I put my sunglasses on and the sun goes in. And I put my sunglasses on and the sun goes in. Anyway. Let's just get to Central Road now and start the service. I've got to be out in 7 minutes, so it's grim out there today, very grim. It's either going to make people want the bus because it's raining, or it's going to keep people inside because they don't want to go out to get the bus. But either way, I've got to go in and out of town, and then in and out of town again. All going good so far. See if any challenges come my way. Hopefully not. Police have just swarmed that 43 for some reason. Armed police. They've literally blocked the road off as well, so we can't go forward or anything. past. What's going on there? That's a madness. That was mad. Armed police just swinging round like that, swarming the 43. Right, let's rock and roll. Oh, don't do that. You did that. So let's do some damage control now and see where we are on the last timing point before we get to Central Road. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late. That is ruthless, but 16 minutes layover at Central Road should bring me round right. I left Piccadilly late, 2 minutes late anyway. I literally left Piccadilly with a full bus, which I couldn't understand. All of a sudden the town just went madness, and I opened the door with like 4 minutes before I had to depart, and people just never stopped coming. I just couldn't close my doors till like 2.5 minutes after I should have left. And then that bus that got swarmed with the armed police held me up by another flipping heck, I don't know, 7 minutes or something. Wow, I've literally got to turn it right around. I am 2 minutes late on my last trip. I thought I had 6 minutes there. Nope. I am late. Late. For some reason I thought I had 16 minutes layover. I had 6 minutes layover. So, but let's see how this trip goes first. So I've literally just had to spin it right back round and get straight back on the road. I could even get to Flat Lane on time. Yeah, I should get there on time. That's a miracle. Leaving the Central Road 4 minutes late after that massive hiccup on that last trip. I might just be able to get away with this and finish on time and leave that timing point on time, and now go through rush home for what seems to be like the billionth time of the day, even though it's not. Oh, don't tell me he's broke down there. That's ruthless. If he's just broke down there, that is absolutely ruthless. I've just seen him block the whole junction up and stick his hazards on. This gap's going to start getting proper busy soon. We're already at 5:30. In the next couple of hours, place is going to be literally unpassable. If I leave Piccadilly on time on the last trip, and then I'm late throughout the trip, that just is what it is. But I hate arriving somewhere late and leaving somewhere late when it can be avoided, especially when you need a really good foot. Oh, what's he doing there? Don't believe that. He's going to reverse in there. I know he is. This is rush home for you. This can be look, there's another one up there reversing in. This can be a heavy place to drive through this. It can be just more frustrating than anything, because you're just getting hauled up for nothing. Like, he'll stop and hold the traffic up there to reverse into that spot, and then the lights will go on red. Right, how things have turned round. I think I'm in a bit of a good spot now. I should get to Piccadilly on time, with enough time to throw my numbers up and leave on my last trip out. That would be absolutely banging. I've got an 85 in front of me that's going to pull into that stop, and there's already another bus in front of that. Nobody's pressed the bell, so I don't need to pull in. That bus is out of service though. Anyway, the 85's there covering that stop. Now, come through here, get to Chester Road. All is not done yet though. I need to get to Piccadilly and I need to leave there. Right, that's perfect. I've managed to leave Piccadilly on time with the help of the inspectors. They was on it, didn't even need to ask them, they were just there straight away around the bus, and they just said, we'll keep an eye on you. And then when it was like time to go, they're like, right, it's time to go. That's the good thing about having them there, because especially on your last trips, nobody's really bothered in the trips in between. It's the last one out that you don't really want to be late on. Right, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I have been asked about cornering on the buses, you know, like, I don't know, do a tutorial on how to turn the bus around the corner, which is a new one. But when I'm turning a corner, we did a full day, or a full couple of days actually, practicing it when we were doing the training, and you sort of use your back wheel as your pivot points when you're turning, and you need your mirrors. And if you're in a single decker, you've got your tail swing, so you got to be in both mirrors and watch the tail swing. But you kind of gauge it. My instructor Rob, he was saying you have to turn as your back wheel's going round, going near the curb, and your back wheel's your pivot point. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's more of a feel that you have to have than a visual type thing. You get to know it by just feeling. It's weird, but it's like managing the width of it. Okay, so when you're in a car, it's wide, seems dead wide when you first drive a car. Everything seems a little bit scary, and then the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more confident you get with it. And it's the same with a bus. The bus is well wider than a car, longer than a car, but you get to kind of know the width of it, what it will fit through, what it won't, how you're going to get around that corner, so on and so on. Right, dead back to the depot. Here's a fun fact. I don't think it's a fun fact, but it's a fact. When we're going dead back to the depot, the 143 from Central Road, we are not allowed to take the 43 route and do a left here because of planning permission or something. But I'm just glad no one does it anyway, because if I was on the 43, the last thing you want to be doing is stuck behind a load of extra buses that aren't in service. So to go dead back to the depot from here, we have to carry on and continue onto the motorway and come on the motorway at the bottom, which I hope isn't too jam-packed. Sometimes I've lost massive amount of time doing this, because you can also do a right and go onto the parkway, where you join the parkway, then go down the parkway and come on the motorway there. Sometimes the traffic up here is atrocious, but I can't see it being busy at this time. But those are the famous last words, aren't they? Right, that is another day done and dusted driving buses, and I will see you on the next one. I've enjoyed this today. A little bit of drama in town, a bit of lateness here and there. Had my lunch at Southern Cemetery, which was a nice change, but now I'm going home to my most favourite people in the world. So that is it. Until next week.